do something for it? Am I making any sense at all?
Yes, we do that.
Yeah.
Yes, right, exactly.
You know, like...
if you pass the photo over, I'd just like to hold it.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you both hold it? Because she's really unhappy.
She's giving a double header.
Well, she's also got a very nervous stomach.
Yeah.
She's got low back pains.
Yes.
She has a heaviness in her chest. That's what she always complains about, is heaviness in her chest. She's got low back pains. I feel a nervous stomach with her.
Yeah.
And with something like that disfiguring, you know that's going to do something to her emotions.
Yes.
And this is a very proud lady, a very pretty lady,
yes.
so this is really shaking her up.
Yeah.
But I would say that in less than 6 weeks it'll be gone.
I agree with you.
Be wonderful. But
yeah.
Do you realize the good you do for people? You know what I'm saying? Do you realize, just to say something like that is so incredible. I mean, well, how blessed you two are by God. Do you believe in God?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing about God was that I was on a midnight train from Moscow to Leningrad, and it was my interpreter, myself, and a traveling companion, and we were in one of these 4 sleepers, and all of a sudden this robust Russian fellow shows up in the door, and he's pointing up saying, "That's my bunk," in Russian. And as you say, and as we say, when we are near people, we detect different things, and knowing. So I detected something on the left side of his face, even though there was nothing physically showing. And my interpreter asked him if there was. And he looked at me for the longest time, and then she explained to him what I do. And in Russia, it's a common thing. They're called sensitives. They work right alongside the doctors in the hospital. So I asked him, "Is it all right if I work with you on this?" So he got in his top bunk, and the train started to go. It's like a karate match, trying to hold my hand in there. Then finally, I went to sleep, and he went to sleep. And about 4 hours later, I was woken by somebody crying. And I look out of my bunk, and there's this big Russian fellow just sitting there with the tears pouring out of him. And I said, "What's wrong?" to my interpreter. And she says, "You know, Gene, he was caught in Chernobyl, and he had radiation poisoning and cancer, because that was the big hole he had in the side of his mouth." And as I say, it was nothing external. So he says, when he just woke up, he just told me he was out of pain for the first time in 4 years, and he couldn't feel that hole because he was trying to put his tongue in it. And he says, then he said something to me that really touched my heart. And I says, "What was that?" He says, "I've been a communist for 47 years. And he says, today's the first day I know there's a God."
That's something. What about people you can't cure? I mean, is it everybody?
No, I always feel that if you... Can I have that picture while they're sitting here?
Oh, yes, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
You know, I always feel that if you try and attempt a healing, that you're going to... Every healing works. Now, if you finish the healing, you must understand that someone's been there before you, and that you came along and put the finishing touches. Right. If I try to do a healing on a person, and it doesn't seem, we don't seem to get the appearance, I know that someone else will follow. Right. So I think that every healing is healing first is an act of love. Yeah. And I think that God sort of orchestrates the whole scenario. Right. I'm a good Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, Buddhist, agnostic, so I believe that there's no religion that I would want to reject, and I think it's just a matter of difference. So I think if you try from your own heart, you're out, you've done what you can do, and I think there's a force somewhere outside us that finishes the job or is getting ready for the next one, you know?
What about people, I met, you know, my father was a doctor. We never went to a party that people didn't say to him, "This is wrong, can you help me?" Knowing what you two do and the spirituality of the whole thing and truly the miracle feeling of it all, you must just be overloaded by everybody. I mean, I think everybody must come to you and say, "Help me, help my child, help my aunt, help my cousin, help," you know. Are you constantly,
Joan,
people constantly coming to you?
I'd like to agree with Hank about the love factor. I'm perfectly in agreement with that. As far as that question goes, yes. But to give you an idea of people coming to you, I had a call last January, this past January, and this lady would call from Germany, and she says, "Do you remember me? You worked on me in Frankfurt in May, and I was pregnant, and you said I was going to have a boy." And she says, "You're right, I did have a boy. The only problem was the heart is so disfigured that they don't give him more than 3 or 4 days to live. He's in intensive care." And while she's saying that to me, I could just feel that love you're talking about, Hank, and the energy going out to her. And I said to her, I says, listen, please, please call me tomorrow and let me know what's going on. And the next day, I was at my healing center in Santa Monica, and the fax machine started. And out comes the paper. And I'm looking at it, and all of a sudden I see my name across the top, and I see like a little mountain. Then I see a nose and eyes on that mountain. Then I see a mouth, then a chin. And it was that child from Germany. She was faxing me. And on the bottom, she just script 2 little figures, 1-line diagram, and she says, thank you. The doctors can't find nothing wrong with the child's heart.
Well, I think that
It's great.
I'm not besieged, but when people know that you're a healer, you get a lot of calls.
Yeah.
There was some newspaper articles that from time to time, and you besiege with our letters. Now, I really don't talk to everybody, but if a person sends me a picture, then I'll send them a healing.
It's
It doesn't take that much time, you know.
Oh, it does. Everything takes time.
Well, when I say time,
yeah,
when
you know what I'm saying? That's generous of you. I mean, I'm not being cute.
I don't really mind, you know. My wife does, though. But, but she's the one that has to do all that.
What about yourselves? Could you cure yourselves?
I work on myself quite a bit.
Yeah.
Me too. When I get a headache, I take some Excedrin.
Do you know what I'm saying? Is it possible to heal yourself if, God forbid, something terrible happened to you?
Well, you know, I don't think that when you get really serious about it, I don't think that God owes me something. Look, I'm a healer, God, take care of this kid.
Yeah.
No, I think that every morning I say thank you. If I get up, I'm 72. If I can get up and say thank you, I made it today.
Yeah.
But I don't think that if I get sick, I go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm not that sick. You know, I don't get sick very often. But I'm not, I can't say that I won't go to the doctor because I'm a healer.
Right.
I go to the doctor because maybe that's my path. But there are some people who are, maybe that's my job. Maybe God, I always feel that the people that come to me have been sent to me by God, and I let it go at that.
Well,
There's no accidents, and I agree with him. I do the best of both worlds, too. Right. I go to a medical doctor.
Well, I think the two of you are just incredible. The spirituality that comes out of both of you is phenomenal. I thank you so very much. Thank you so very much.
Are there any twins in that family?
Yes.
This lady's going to have twins.
I'll call and tell her. Thank you both. Wow.